I thought about trying my hand at the gauntlet just to see if I could do it. Waste of time now. No one's topping your performance.
Someone threw in stupid outfit. Certainly smelled the part. You ain't gonna pack him, right?
Market's been really busy lately.
Hey, Shank.
So you ready to get this show on the road, boss?
I wanted to ask about your role in this.
I'm listening.
So, what exactly is it you do?
I'll walk you through all the ins and outs of getting us established on the other side of those mountains. Claiming territory, running jobs, keeping folks loyal. Gage and Coulter also tasked me with keeping on top of the goings-on back there, so I'll provide you with guidance on the places we can hit and the places we can't. Kind of makes me your one-stop shop for causing havoc in the Commonwealth.
That was all I had.
So, does that mean you're ready to begin?
Okay, let's get started.
Music to my ears.
Shank ain't kidding. This is gonna be all kinds of fun.
So getting us set up in the Commonwealth's gonna require 3 things. Territory, provisions, and loyalty. First things first, territory. We're gonna need to claim a settlement for our gang to work from, an outpost. And there are 2 ways to claim new territory. You can head in yourself and convince the locals to leave, or I can get a crew together and you all can put them in the dirt. How you do it is up to you. So, first big decision. You want to talk them off their land, or you want to wipe them out?
I think you know what I'd rather do, boss.
Get a gang together. Those settlers are as good as dead.
Ha! Stick with the classics. Now, once you and the crew have cleaned the place out, those lucky girls and boys will move in and start working the place. Of course, every outpost you claim for a gang is going to be something the other gangs don't have. And none of them like the thought of their rivals getting a leg up on them. Worth thinking over as you dole out more territory. So, which gang you want to join you on the job?
The operators.
Got it. I'm sure they'll appreciate you thinking of them.
I bet you they can manage to keep looking bored through the whole thing.
That just leaves the target. Now, for a new outpost, you'll usually want to target a spot with plenty of populated settlements nearby that might be able to feed our people later on. Taffington Boathouse, Croup Manor, Greentop Nursery, the Slog all had a good number of farms within striking distance last I checked. Though I'll need to go through my notes again. Make sure they're all still good to target. We're not always going to be able to run every job against every settlement. So, you ready to pick the spot for Nuka World's first new homestead?
I'm ready.
Good. So, where do you want to hit? You all right, boss? You gonna give me something? Want to give me another target? Or maybe change up the job?
Let's do this later.
Your call. So you decided how you want to claim that territory?
Get a gang together. Those settlers are as good as dead.
Stick with the classics. Which gang you want to join you on the job?
The operators.
I'll let them know. Now, the target. You ready to decide where this is going down?
I'm ready.
Good. So, what's the target? Let me... Wait. Pretty sure that place is one of yours, boss. That's where you want to hit?
That one's the target.
Ruthless. So, these sorts of jobs are pretty straightforward. Move in, kill everything in sight. I'll make sure you've got some backup waiting for you. Help you deal with anyone this place manages to convince to throw in with them. Now, you're not gonna be able to take a direct route to the place. Fast way to get yourself killed. So you'll have to meet our folks outside town. Wouldn't be surprised if some Minutemen showed up to lend a hand. Wish I could see their faces when they see who they're going up against. Now, if you're looking for something to give you an extra edge, might be worth checking in with some of the gang bosses. Probably got some trick or two up their sleeves. The crew that's joining you is just gonna have standard kits though. If you want to arm them up differently, I'd take along some extra gear. Show those settlers who's in charge.
Seems like the work never ends, but I'll get it done somehow.
Watch yourself. The pack sticks to...
Run with us, boss. We keep our own. You can take something?
Boss, let's chat. Shank says you might need our help vacating the squatters living in our new digs. Ain't it just your lucky day? Wait till you see what I got. Found some toys a couple operators left on their corpses in a back alley. Not sure how they got themselves dead like that. No shame. I took them apart and made a little something different out of the parts. It was just gonna be a toy for my pets, but it's more useful than that. Beasts find these things irresistible. Toss them on the ground, and anything nearby and hungry will come a-running, ripping anything in their path to pieces. But you're gonna want to be a safe distance away, because, well, the things leak a little. Don't want to end up becoming a snack yourself. Oh, and here, take this paper. It'll show you how to make more. Don't look so surprised. We ain't all knuckle draggers.
It's impressive, man.
Ha, ain't it though? Don't forget where you got those. And when you're putting that to good use claiming new haunts, don't forget us, all right?
Mason tarred and feathered the last outfit. He's been seen since, and ain't smart to go asking about. Mason bit the hand off a Yawguar, so watch what you try to feed him, unless you ain't fun. The pack lets it all hang out.
Not supposed to hurt the other gangs. No rule against tricking them into hurting each other. Mags, William, and Lizzie. All you have to do is hear them speak to know they weren't born into this life. They sure as hell were born for it.
Ought to be handing you the world over to the operators, boss.
Hey there.
Place could use some
Over,
personal
boss.
style.
Still game to close out that job for us.
Bringing this place back from the dead. Operators are the only proof of the job.
Was a bet gonna see who could down a mutie from the longest distance. William made a whole mess of caps that week.
Not supposed to hurt the other gangs. No rule against tricking them into hurting each other, though.
If Lizzie asks you to volunteer for one of her tests, don't.
Over, boss. Any trouble? Just hear them speak to know they weren't born into this life. They sure as hell were born for it.
Sure, we carry guns, but knives where it's at. It's not fun unless you're up close and personal. You're smarter than the last boss. Not like it's something to- The disciples are finally where we belong.
Hope all that tinkering leads.
Nisha was right about you. The disciples are finally where we belong.
Hey, asshole, you're listening to Raider Radio. Hey, I got a
Nisha really only has one rule around here.
Hey, boss. Was wondering when you were gonna come see me. Heard you're collecting toys to help you mark us out some new stomping grounds. Well, ours is, without a doubt, the finest little piece of hardware you've ever laid your eyes on. Sure, she may be based off some shitty operator tech, but a little Dixie love and some fine tweaking go a long way. Let's just say, them fever blossoms ain't no joke. Mixing with just the right ingredients makes people madder than a hornet's nest. Perfect for convincing any meddlesome settlers to rip each other apart.
Sounds like I'll be putting it to good use.
Damn straight you will. I trust you'll make her mama proud. Only wish I could watch the show myself. Never understood the power armor thing. Takes half the thrill out of a fight.
Hey there.
Boss, did a little recon on the target. Brought us in for the fun job, huh? Putting down some settlers and their friends. Time for us to move in?
Let's get this show on the road.
Hell yes.
Guess that's it.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm thinking this place will do. At least once we get some supplies coming in. You ought to head on back, boss. Let them know how it went.
Well, well. Word going around is there's some new raider boss tearing up the Commonwealth. Not too shabby.
It's a damn good start.
I'll make sure your cut of any caps the outpost pulls in are waiting in your quarters. So, now that we got part 1 on the books, we can move on to part 2, provisions. If you want to hang on to this newfound territory, you're going to need to convince a nearby settlement to start handing over shipments of supplies. I'll make sure those shipments get distributed direct to the outpost. Any caps they provide will be waiting in your trunk up in Fizztop. And the more a settlement produces for itself, the more of each we can get them to cough up. Now, like before, the method's up to you. You can try talking to them yourself, convince them to hand over the goods, or you and a crew can introduce some bullets to some kneecaps.
Why stop at kneecaps?
Let me talk to them. I'll get them to hand over what we need.
Sure. So, which crew you want keeping an eye on the place once you get them to bend the knee?
The operators.
I'll send word along. Then all that's left is the target. Only wrinkle is that it's got to be near our crew's new outpost. No settlement's just gonna hand over goods if there's no one close by to follow up on threats. And if you ever want to see for yourself which settlements are within range of our outpost, you can check the map in your Pip-Boy. The Slog might be a good choice to hit, though I'd have to confirm that's still the case. So, where you want to do this? Huh. Was that? Huh. I think that one's your territory, boss. You're sure that's the one you want to hit?
That one's the target.
Ruthless. So, to get these settlers to cough up provisions, they need to know that we aren't a crew to be trifled with. You can try convincing them to pay up, or you could rough them up some. Let them know we mean business. Lizzie Wyeth with the operators ought to have some tools you can use to make things easier. And if none of that works, well, I suppose you could always try paying one of them to convince the rest. And it's worth remembering, the more populated or heavily defended a place is, the more prep work you're gonna have to do to get them to bend. Plenty of ways for you to skin this cat. Have fun.
Scamper off, Buck.
Mags and William are strict as far as bosses go. But if you can do the job.
Understanding the operators ain't hard. We know how to win. The other gangs.
Hey.
Overboss, a pleasure. Shank said you might need some tools to ease relations with the people of the Commonwealth. Well, you've come to the right place. I've put together a couple of toys that should make getting what you want out of those rubes easier. Only thing we ask in return is that you remember the operators when you're handing out new territory on the other side of the mountains.
Don't worry, your gang will be taken care of.
Wonderful. So, first up, something to manipulate a target. It's a homemade distillation brewed to mimic human flight pheromones. Toss one of these grenades at the feet of your target, and convincing the wary settler suddenly becomes a much simpler affair. Now, to function effectively, I had to make the formula precise. So it's not going to work on people in any of the big towns like Bunker Hill or Diamond City, nor on caravanners. But for your purposes, hitting settlements out in the Commonwealth, it ought to give you a serious edge.
Take any advantage I can get.
Well, this should give you one. Here. Only had enough to make the one locally. But you can take the recipe as well, should you find yourself wanting more. So, the other trick up our sleeve is a little more broad spectrum than the grenades. Gulp down a couple lungfuls, and anyone you speak to will be far more apt to give you what you want. Plus, I've winnowed down the addiction risk to near zero, so no need to fear repeat usage. Here, ingredients for that one have been tricky to find, but between that and the grenade, you should have no problem getting at least one settlement under your control before you have to brew up your own. And just remember us when you're crushing those poor settlers underfoot, hmm?
Damn, boss. That's a heavy load you got.